Yeah, good morning, guys. I came across something online about one of these clergies said that God told him to increase the tuition fee of his university. That was the instruction he got from God. And this is the things we get from all these clergies. And somebody will tell you not to attack it, not to contest it. You should just take it because they are, quote, men of God. Now, this religion of a thing has really destroyed our country. It has really destroyed us. There's nothing remaining in us anymore because we are made to believe something that nobody can prove. But right in our eyes, we see our country, our citizens depreciate on a daily. Yearly, we are heading nowhere. We are not seeing anything. The pain we are passing from the so-called politicians, then the clergies that has shrink our brain and make us to believe over something that has been, over a lie that has been existing for centuries, and still nobody can prove it because they want to because they tell you if you don't do it like this, you will end up in a place called hell, as it is written in their religious book. Now, these things are the things we pass through. People have decided to push away facts and have relied on fairy tales that they cannot prove, fairy tales that have been existing for decades, for centuries, that nobody has proved anything. All they have to tell you is belief. That a kind of deity that lives in the sky loves you more than you love yourself. Now, I tell you something. If you don't complain about evil, the evil is going to swallow you one day. If you don't complain about evil right in your eyes, there are some things you don't have to believe. As a normal human being that has senses, in fact, you don't even need educational intelligence to tell if somebody is telling you some kind of lies or not. One of them said that he rolled in the back of a lion. We should believe that. These are the things we pass through every day in our country, and you expect this country to be better. See, let me tell us something. Your wish does not cross the roof of your house. Whatever you wish does not cross the roof of your house. If you want to get something, you go for it. If you keep wishing and keep praying, because that prayers is one of the things that they have used to enslave the world. What is prayers? When you are talking to a kind of spirit and you think he's listening to you, and you believe he loves you, even that thing you are asking him for, it seems they don't do it, but you are made to believe that he loves you. We have redefined love. We don't learn anything from the things that happens in our eyes anymore. It has to do with the things written in a religious book, a book that we cannot even tell the history. People tell lies. There's one thing about this life. The mouth is free to say anything. The mouth can say anything. But what rules the world, what has destroyed the world, is what the heart bears and what the heart does. Somebody tells you that a deity up there loves you and you are struggling. You have passed through too many penuries. You have passed through predicaments. And he tells you that that deity loves you. So you are so dumb that you cannot tell if something is good for you or not. Okay, let us take that the so-called God exists. Fine. Maybe because of the population of those that believe that he exists, let us believe that he exists. But take a look at the life you're living. Look at your planet. Look at the world. Diseases. Natural disasters. Wars after wars after wars. People dying like flies. People living in unbearable diseases. Pre-existing conditions. Medical issues littered everywhere. Abnormal humans. And still, you want to tell me that a God who created such a planet is a good God. And all these things are happening in his eyes. Because according to religious book, he has the powers to do everything. All his powers are all written. But right in our eyes and in our present existence, we are not seeing anything. But we are meant to believe. Just believe the things you read in the religious books. But in your eyes, you're not seeing anything. You are suffering. Especially our continent, Africa, is the poorest continent on earth and the most religious continent. So without being told, don't you know that religion is of no importance to us? There are people you cannot approach because they are not on the same religion with you. There are people you see, you admire, you want to get to know them, but you can't. The friendship is not going to flow because their own side of religion is different from yours. That is what religion has brought to us. Division, disunity. We are heading nowhere. Even when you're trying to build up a friendship, provided you are not in the same religion with that person, the friendship will not hold. It cannot last. Every day. So once somebody said that he was matched on the head, and his head became metal, that the machete could not penetrate. And you believe. One of them said that he prayed for a dwarf, and the dwarf grew tall. And you believe. Without any evidence, without any sign. We have countless of dwarfs out there. Since I was born, I've never seen a dwarf grow tall. But they always grow tall in the mouth of clergies. In their mouth, that is their own miracle is just audio miracle. We are not seeing anything, but we will have to believe. We should not question them. And right in our eyes, we watch our country sink. We watch our continent sink. Fairy tales has destroyed a lot of things in life. When you believe things you cannot prove, when you live based on belief, but the things that happens in your eyes are different, you will live and continue to get it wrong.